Can we talk about why movies are so incredibly expensive to make, especially when you compare them to high-end TV series? It is a question that pops up a lot. How can a 2-hour film cost hundreds of millions of dollars, while a 10 or 12-hour season of a show, which looks just as good, seemingly comes in at a lower per minute cost? The numbers are often staggering. You see headlines about blockbusters hitting 200 million, 300 million, or even more just for the production budget. That is before marketing. It makes you wonder where all that money goes for just a couple of hours of screen time. But then you watch a show like Andor on Disney. The visual effects are cinematic, the scope is epic, the production design is incredible, and the acting is top tier. It feels like a movie, but it is a 12-episode season. So, what is the inherent difference that makes a feature film so much pricier? The core question is not whether TV is cheaper, but how the money is spent and why. Are streaming companies really just throwing more money at TV? Or is there something fundamentally different in making a singular 2-hour theatrical experience versus an extended 12-hour serialized story for streaming? Let us begin with a fundamental concept. Movies are usually designed as events. They are built to be a singular, monumental cinematic experience. Every creative decision, every dollar, is poured into making those 90 to 180 minutes as impactful and unforgettable as possible. This means a movie's ambition is often concentrated. Picture a massive, climactic battle scene in a blockbuster film. The goal is to make every shot breathtaking, every explosion real, every moment epic. This is not spread out over several episodes. It is all in one go. It is about crafting an immersive, grand experience that justifies a trip to the cinema, a ticket price, and weeks of anticipation. The entire machine of Hollywood focuses its energy on delivering that one perfect, polished product that will define the cultural conversation for a short, intense period. As we move forward, consider the TV series approach. While modern TV can be incredibly ambitious, it is generally designed as a journey rather than a single event. Resources are still substantial, but they are spread across many hours of storytelling, not concentrated into a tight 2-hour window. Think of it like this. A movie might have 200 incredibly complex visual effects, shots packed into its runtime. A 12-episode TV season might have 800 VFX shots, but their complexity and fidelity might vary, or they might reuse digital assets more strategically. The visual effects budget in movies demands uncompromising quality in virtually every money shot. There is less room for error or a slightly less convincing effect because every second on that giant screen needs to hold up under intense scrutiny. TV, on the other hand, can be more strategic. They might have a few truly spectacular sequences per season, but they can also afford to have quieter moments or scenes where the VFX serve the story without needing to be absolutely photorealistic at every turn. They can pick their battles, so to speak. The key is also how talent is acquired and compensated. For a blockbuster movie, an A-list actor or director often commands massive upfront fees, sometimes tens of millions of dollars, for what could be just a few months of work. This is their salary for a single high-profile project. TV talent deals are structured differently. While lead actors in prestige TV can earn hundreds of thousands or even $1 million per episode, their contracts often span multiple seasons. This provides a steady income, but might not involve the same immediate, concentrated payout as a movie megastar. Beyond the stars, an army of highly specialized crew members are brought in for films, often on intensive, shorter contracts. The best cinematographers, production designers, and sound engineers are in high demand, and the rates for a concentrated, high-stakes film shoot reflect that expertise. This leads to the relentless pursuit of perfection in movies. Every single frame of a feature film is scrutinized, color-graded, and refined to absolute theatrical standards. There is an expectation that what audiences see on the big screen is the absolute best possible version of that story. TV production, while still high quality, often operates on a tighter turnaround. Episodes need to be delivered consistently, leading to a faster pace and sometimes a slightly less exhaustive post-production cycle for each individual minute of content compared to a film. Movies also allocate significant budgets for reshoots and extensive editing. If a scene is not quite right, or if audience tests suggest a change, entire sequences can be reshot months after principal photography. This iterative refinement is incredibly costly but crucial for that perfect final product. Picture this, the marketing machine for a blockbuster film. We are talking about global advertising campaigns that rival the production budget itself. Billboards, TV spots, online ads, celebrity interviews, premiere events across multiple continents, all to ensure a massive opening weekend. TV marketing is often sustained over a longer period and relies heavily on the streaming platforms, own promotion, targeted ads, and word of mouth. While expensive, it rarely involves the same kind of immediate, concentrated global blitz designed to drive millions to theaters simultaneously. Now imagine the logistics of global distribution. Releasing a film in thousands of cinemas worldwide on the same day involves complex coordination, print delivery, or digital equivalent, subtitling, dubbing, and dealing with varying censorship and release windows. Each step adds costs. Let us also consider the physical world of sets and locations. Movies often build elaborate one-off sets that are used for a single, spectacular sequence and then demolished. Think of a massive spaceship interior or an entire city street built just to be destroyed. TV series, even high-budget ones, often rely on more reusable standing sets, sound stages, and recurring locations. While still expensive, the ability to revisit and repurpose these environments over many episodes or seasons offers significant cost efficiencies. Location shooting for movies also incurs immense costs. Securing permits, transporting hundreds of crew and tons of equipment to remote or challenging locations, housing them, and dealing with local regulations for a few days of iconic shots can quickly add millions to the budget. Before you know it, we are talking about the fundamental business models. A movie is often a single, high-stakes bet. A studio pours hundreds of millions into production and marketing, hoping for a massive box office return to justify the investment. Failure can be catastrophic. TV series, especially for streaming, operate on a subscription model. While still expensive, the goal is to create compelling content that retains subscribers and attracts new ones over time. The risk is spread out, and a single flop might not sink the entire ship. Intense post-production is another major cost for films. Sound design, mixing, and orchestral scores are all optimized for the immersive cinema experience. Color grading is meticulously applied to every frame to ensure a consistent, artistic look on the big screen. What is fascinating are the invisible costs. Legal fees, insurance for massive productions, catering for huge crews, travel expenses, accommodation, security, and countless other logistical necessities add up significantly. These administrative overheads are often higher for concentrated film shoots. Taking it further, the lines are indeed blurring. High-end TV productions are now achieving cinematic quality that rivals many films. But even with shows like Andor, where the budget per episode is reportedly huge, that budget is still spread across a 12-hour narrative. The scale might be grand, but the resources are allocated to build a sustained world and story over many hours, not just to peak in a single 2-hour burst. This allows for economies of scale over the season that a standalone film simply does not have. Even if Andor had a budget of $250 million for 12 hours, that is roughly $20 million per hour. A $250 million movie for 2 hours is $150 million per hour. The permanent or per hour cost is still dramatically different, reflecting the concentrated effort. The takeaway? It is fundamentally about concentrated spectacle versus expansive narrative. Movies are engineered to be singular, unmissable events that demand an immediate, grand impact and a trip to the theater. Every element is amplified for that specific experience. TV series, even the most ambitious ones, are built for a sustained journey, distributing their budget and creative efforts over a longer arc to keep you engaged over weeks or months. Both are incredible, but their economics are designed for very different goals.